Hey guys, so today I decided to post my first Q&A, which is going to be super awesome, but you guys totally surprised me with the amazing feedback that I got on Instagram when I asked for Q&A questions, so thank you guys so much. I'm so thankful for you. Oh, and Samantha, which is my sister, she told me to tell you guys that yesterday I had 274 subscribers, and guess what? Today I have 275. I am moving up in the world. This is great. Enough of that. Oh, if you're not already subscribed, you can subscribe. But mostly important, if you have not checked out my vlog channel, I actually posted on my vlog channel and I'm quite proud of myself. And I may do some Vlogmas, so you guys can go check it out. It'll be at the end of this video or down in the description if I actually post it there. Anyways. Is there anything you regret doing? Why? Wow, we're getting to those personal questions already. Okay, so I would say most of the things in my life I don't regret doing because they've formed me and made me into who I am, and I'll talk about this more later, but mostly the thing that I would regret doing would be this thing I'm going to tell you is because it hurt other people. So when I was in 10th grade, there was this homecoming dance, and my dad wasn't allowing me to go with this one boy, so I was going to go with this other boy. But the thing is the boy that I was allowed to go with, he didn't ask me until the day before homecoming. And so I was so frustrated. So I'm texting this other guy like, oh my gosh, I just want to go with you. And then, so what happened is I ended up going with two boys. One boy drove me to the dance, went out to eat, took pictures with him. And then I walked in with this other guy, boy B. We danced together, and then I left with B, but then guy A drove me home. I mean, it's a little funny if you think about like, I just took two guys to a dance. But it isn't funny in the sense that back then I really hurt them both and I didn't know how much I was hurting them, and I was just completely oblivious and just like, woo, yay! What is one lesson you try to teach every person you meet? I would probably say I like people to understand that every form of like aggression or hurt, wait, I have to figure out how I want to word this. Lots of people, when they come out at each other and they hurt each other, and then I'll hear somebody say, oh, I just hate that person, or I don't like this person. I'm like, hold on a second, but why? And they're like, oh, because they hurt me, etc, etc, etc. I try to always remember that first off, there's great in everyone, and everyone has this amazing part of themselves, and they may just not be living in that part right now. But also the other side of that is everybody is going through something in their life, and you have to look past whatever they're doing on the outside to you and think, where is that coming from? Why are they doing that? I always like to ask the questions why, not just automatically hate them, because if you do that, nothing gets better and that person's still probably hurting. Have you ever? Is there something you wish you could have told your younger self? What would it be and why? So this is also another thing. There's not much I would want to tell my younger self because of the fact that everything I did taught me so much so that now I could correct myself, if that makes sense. So, but the number one thing that I would maybe tell myself is the fact that you're special. And I would tell myself the things that are bugging you right now or why you're like really frustrated and upset, those things now literally look like nothing and they have no impact on your life right now. That's exactly what I tell myself, because there's so many times I was just like out of it for like a week just because of this little thing happening. But then it was huge, like a final or an exam or a boy, and it's just like, listen, Tabitha, it doesn't even matter because now look at you, you're doing all this and my grades don't even really matter too much. So not to say don't study, make sure you study, folks. Go to school, don't drop out of college. What's your favorite worship song? So I have two favorite worship songs. Number one, Pieces by Bethel. We're good. And my second one would be also by Bethel, which is Reckless Love, which I just fell in love with. What has high school taught me? High school has taught me a lot about how, we move so fast in life, and now that I look back, I remember all of the days that I was like, oh, I don't want to go to school today, I'm dreading it, oh, it's Monday, or blah, 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 I can't wait till I go home. And I lived my whole high school career, if not middle school, looking forward to something and not living in the moment. And the thing and the problem with that is you're literally teaching yourself as you grow up to always look forward to something and never to enjoy what's happening at this time. And if we constantly live like that, we're always going to be rushing. We're never going to be fully applying ourselves to our life. And so I think that was what I mostly learned, is that like I need to be like a little sea turtle and I need to move slowly through life and like imagine everything. And sea turtles, once they like finally get into the water after being like on the little beach with their mommy, they travel their whole life to try and find a place that they want to settle down. And then once they finally find it, they kind of settle down. So they take their whole entire life. They don't rush to quickly find some spot and they're like, okay, I'm gonna settle down now. They literally enjoy everything. And I think that's so fascinating fascinating. So they're my favorite animal. And God's kind of like used that in my life to be like, Tabitha, slow down, enjoy this moment. You're rushing from this to this to this when you literally like playing volleyball. And I'm like, what are you doing? So that would be number one. Yep, okay, enough. Would you rather live without chocolate or cheese? Definitely without chocolate. I like chocolate's fine, but I prefer cheese on everything. I eat pizza all the time. I literally just had pizza for lunch. I have cheese tortillas, I have grilled cheese, I have chips with cheese, I have just plain cheese. It's not that chocolate's not good, it's just not as good as cheese. Where do I see myself in 10 years? That's a great question. Ask me that in 10 years. Probably married would be really cool. Thinking about kids but not actually having them. Job-wise, I don't know. Where would I like to see myself? I love film acting. So film acting would be the ideal awesomeness. YouTube, if my YouTube could blow up and I could be able to talk to you guys all the time like this for a career, that would be awesome. But right now I'm looking into being a flight attendant, so I have to wait till I'm 19 because they don't let you do this at 18. But I am really excited for that, and I don't know if I'll stick in that for 10 years, but we'll see. Which art form are you most passionate about and how does it speak to you? I have two. Number one would probably be my piano and like my music writing, and like when I spend time by myself to just do that because like that's my time. My second would be, I think film acting is beautiful because of the fact of everything you're trying to portray is not like theater and is not out there all crazy. It's literally in your eyes, and that's so cool. And I feel like that art is just like, it's just like painting a picture and getting everything to be told in this one moment. You have to do that in your eyes in just this one picture. So I think that's fascinating, and I've always been entranced by that as I continually watch movies and watch people and watch actors and blah 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 blah. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Right now I'm kind of taking a break from traveling because of the whole Spain trip that I went on. It was amazing, don't get me wrong. I'm just really tired, and that was really hard for me to do that. It was just a really big step, and I don't think that I wasn't not ready, or was, what do you know what I mean? But it was really hard, and I needed a break from that. So I haven't gone wandering off in my mind about where I want to venture next. But I do know that when I first went to England and Ireland, I fell in love with it. And I'm a nanny, and my employer is Irish. The culture that she's told me about and what they do in their home and the traditions. Oh my. Who do you miss most from your childhood? If you've ever moved, which place do you miss most? Of course I miss my friends from Minnesota, especially my closest friends. Shout out to Erin and Sarah and Jubilee, but most of all, I would say I missed my home, like my physical home of where I lived. We used to do so many things there, like hide and go seek, so much that I miss it that I've always wanted to go back and visit that house for whoever was living there. And we built our house, so when I was born, my parents built this big house. I'll insert a picture. So we built this house, and my dad's clinic was actually attached onto the house. And so whenever I was growing up, I could always run over and see my dad anytime, or he could come over and check in on us. But now we sold it, and then the man that we sold it to had a clinic too. He sold it to another person who turned it into this place for children and I want to say moms to live when they don't have a home, and like a safe place and like a refuge. So I've always wanted to go see and check it out, and I think that's so cool that my home turned into that. But I've always just, I don't know, I always dream about my old house. It's always in my mind, and it's just really special to me. And I don't know why. I really have no idea why, because it's just a house. But I definitely miss it a lot. What's the weirdest encounter you've had with a stranger? I'd probably say, the thing is, I'm the kind of the weird person that is like the stranger in these encounters. It's not really the other person, so I don't have many strange encounters. But I would say the most strange was when I was in Spain. We were on the beach and we were just like chilling, and I don't even remember, I think, we were packing up to leave, and this old man comes up to me and he just starts speaking in Spanish, and I'm just like, oh no. And I think he was kind of hitting on me, but old, I mean like 70. I spoke in the most broken English possible, but he was calling me beautiful in Spanish, and I was just like, oh, the beach? Oh, yes, see. So that was a little weird because I just wasn't sure what was happening, and I couldn't really communicate what I was feeling either. If I had to relive one experience in my life, what would it be and why? What is your fondest memory? Of course there's tons of moments, or actually there's not tons, there's only like one or two, but there's like a couple moments in my life that I want to relive just so I could spend more time with the person that I'm thinking about. But other than that, in 2016, I had won overall teen actress in Florida. And that moment was so big to me because I had been that year, I mean, I still struggle with it, but going through the fear of I'm only good at things, I'll never be great. And so God kind of showed me, Tabitha, not only were you good, great, but you were excellent and you were the best. So that was something that was so big to me. And then afterwards we had this party. So we're all, you know, like hanging out, we're dancing, and I'm just with all these people that are so passionate to do exactly what I want to do. And they're all striving so hard and full-hearted. And it was just the most amazing feeling in the entire world. And I remember when my mom came and was like, we gotta go now. I felt this heartbreak that was so different than any other heartbreak. We're almost done. Okay, marriage questions. Do you want to get married? And if so, do you want to have kids as well? I do want to get married. Definitely want to get married. And I definitely want kids. I love kids so much. I'm kind of that person that's like, I can't wait for kids, but I can totally wait for kids, if that makes sense. I don't want to have kids too early. I know my parents waited 14 years to have kids before they had us, but I don't want to wait maybe that long because I want to have a huge family, because I think huge families are the most amazing thing ever. It's never quiet, it's never bored, and that's just like me, you know, never resting, keeping going, keep it crazy and exciting. And I love to clean, so I won't have a problem keeping things organized and clean. I also will have very much fun telling my kids to clean and do the dishes because that's what my parents do. So what is the craziest dream you've ever had? Night dream, not a cold dream. The craziest dream I've had would be that I can remember from my childhood. I was in this hotel building and I had these two trolls that were my friends. And there was this girl in my class at this time when I was in elementary school that was bullying us. And so I remember I told the trolls to not kill her, but to beat her up. And so they went and they're beating her up, and that was so bad. I remember that and I was just like, wow, this is great. I want two trolls. And yeah, I think that's just gonna be the end of my video. I am so proud of you if you've stuck it out this long. Wait, that is not my saying. Thanks for sticking it out to the end with me. You're the real MVP. I'm so thankful that you guys let me do this video. It was a lot of fun to share these things. I know I'm not really sure what the feedback's gonna be of these things I shared because some of them are a little strange, but it's fine. I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe if you